Bookclub no Kiseki. I am Sam Allman.
I'm David Bernard Halk. I took a drink right as he started, which is bad because I introduced myself second.
I'm Matt.
And the portion of Falcom's Kiseki series we'll be playing today is the intermission of The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Takes place between chapters 3 and 4. We did get sent a copy of the next game from NIS, and this is the first one that we'll be releasing after release day, which is tomorrow at time of recording. But this is not covering Trails into Azure. This is where we didn't catch up in time. We thought we would have extra time. Yeah. Turns out
fools.
Turns out that the holidays are a really hard time to be a manager in retail, and also a really hard time to be getting divorced. So
it's a horribly hard time to be a man.
Yeah, it's not fair out here for all of us cisgendered white men.
I mean, the joke was that I was going to say it's a hard time to be a manager at a retail store, but I just stop it earlier because it is just a hard time to exist, to be in mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure that landed.
It might not have, but whatever. It's my birthday today. And
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
And if you are in the if you're listening to this on the Ko-Fi, you will know that the episode that we recorded just a couple of days ago, I was not feeling great about my birthday, but my partner came through and rallied the troops, and 3 of the people that had canceled on my birthday party, she was like, those are stupid reasons to cancel on a birthday party. You should instead come anyways. And so we played Twilight Imperium. We only did 3 rounds and no one came close to winning. So we decided, screw everything. Whoever gets to the middle of the map first wins, and ended it early and had a good heck of a fun time. And it was really, really dope. So my birthday has been much better. This is a triumph in 2 parts. You have the main episode where things sounded really shitty, and then today they turned out not to be so shitty. Having a fairly good birthday this year. What about you guys?
I was just wondering how long it's going to be between your birthday and them hearing about your birthday, because now that I think about it, I don't think you ever posted the last episode.
I think I posted the last episode.
I don't know. I was on RPG Book Talk Club and I didn't see a post for it. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah,
if I missed it, I'll cut this out.
Yeah, I might have forgotten to do it. I do that a lot. Yep, I only have festival days 1 through 3. So yeah, they'll hear it about 4 or 5 days later. I try to catch up fairly quickly when I'm behind. But yeah, this was recorded on March 13th. So do the math whenever you hear this. But
cool.
Yeah, what about you guys? What's been up in a not weird way for me to ask what's up, because I wasn't prepared to ask it in a funny way today.
Are we finally done with that bit?
If I can think of more when they come up, I will think of more, but this series is real long. We're not even to the halfway point yet, and I'm scraping the bottom, so I might have to come up with a new bit to be the Kiseki bit.
You could just start making them up.
Start learning new languages.
True, I could do that. There are a whole lot of languages. I could find different ways to say what's up or how's your week in every possible language.
Yes.
So we'll start with English. How was your week, guys?
Pretty good, I guess. I've been tired. I don't have anything.
I thought I got disconnected for a second.
Yeah.
I've been editing RPG Book Club. That's fun.
We're finally able to play more Final Fantasy VII, which was fun.
Which is very fun. I love Final Fantasy VII. I meant to play some today, but I ended up just messing around with my custom firmware 3DS. Oops.
It's a fun way to do it. But by the way, if you manage to be listening to this right now, because I think it's like less than a week that the 3DS is alive, you should go hack your 3DS while it's still marginally possible, and then have it hacked forever, because they're killing the 3DS this week.
All of them are going to explode. Every 3DS that's on official hardware and connected to the internet will download an update that will make it explode.
Yes. I haven't checked up on the Wii U version of hacking, but back in the day it required a DS game from the shop to actually work. So that one, for real, you might have to do it this week. I'm sure that there's some other fancy way to do it on 3DS. The 3DS scene is alive. The Wii U scene is less so.
Wii U never dies.
Wii U never dies. Vita means life.
I apparently have y'all heard about this? Y'all heard about this? Apparently, you leave your Wii U off for too long, it gets bricked.
Yeah. That's insane.
Had not heard about that. That's wild.
I read about that and I was like, I better turn my Wii U on. I haven't done so yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I should probably do that.
So, like, if you leave it plugged in and leave it off, or if you like unplug it, like,
I probably should have read the article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me Google this. Leave Wii U off brick. Let's see. You could brick the Nintendo Wii U just for not using it, reports claim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have recently, like, in the last, like, 2 years, like, I've played it in Wisconsin. So it feels like the fact that nobody has touched their Wii U in, like, 5 to 6 years. So I don't think that mine is at risk. But I'd have to look it up and see.
I was going to say, I know for sure we used it last year on your birthday.
Yeah.
It's not a birthday without Wii U.
It's not. Wii U is life.
Wii U.
Listen, folks, we don't got a lot to talk about this week. We gotta stretch it out.
Yeah. And I know that Matt has had a hell of a week, but it's a hell of a week that's a lot of question marks until later in this week. So he probably doesn't want to go into too much of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we reclaimed his time. But the one thing about Matt that did happen this week is he came over to hang out the day before my birthday party, and we played some board games. And there is a game called Kabuto Sumo that is amazing, and
it is.
I love it. So it's sumo wrestling, but the way that they abstract that is, Bernard, you know, at the arcade, the coin pushing games where you drop in a coin and you try to knock coins off the edge as it moves back and forth,
and it's impossible to actually win.
Yes, you basically are doing that, but you get to line up where you want to add to the table, and you slide it as if you're in one of those coin pushing games, and you have to slide your pieces on to try and knock your opponent's main piece off. And any of the little pieces you get is more ammo for you to use next round. And it's just very simple and very good and kid friendly, which is awesome for it to be fun and kid friendly, so that I could actually play it with my children. And I believe it has 2 expansions at this juncture. Hold on, let me get to Board Game Geek. Yeah, it has the luchador, the sumo expansion, which is funny because it's called Kabuto Sumo, but the original expansion is luchador themed, and then you have sumo as the first expansion, and then you have WWE Saw wrestling. It's the second expansion.
Got Total Mayhem, which is the WWE one, and then you've got Beetle Brawl, which is a combination of luchadors and sumos.
That's fantastic.
Let's see. Total Mayhem. I believe Total Mayhem's the one that comes with the chair-shaped piece.
It's good. It's just...
excuse me. It comes with 3 of them.
That's fantastic. But, board games are good. Everyone should play them.
And they don't have to be complicated to be fun, either. You can have all kinds of fun
Tell
stuff.
that
You don't even need
to
to
people
read.
who make board games. Please.
Yeah. When everyone showed up for Twilight Imperium this week, I had some quick reference rules on my TV and 2 pages worth of handouts for everyone for cheat sheets to remember the rules.
That's hilarious.
It's ridiculous. I love that game so much, but it always is the first time you play it with everyone, you're not going to finish. That first game, the first round takes like 4 hours, and it's usually 5 to 9 rounds to win, which is a lot. But
I wanna real quick. I want to address that because Bernard's right. Lots of board games are a lot more complicated than they need to be, but there has been a push in about the past 10-ish years to create to kind of go after that mass market simpler game, and a lot of those are really good, and they kind of get ignored and nose upped at. I don't know what to call that.
Snub,
looked down upon.
Looked down upon. That's better than whatever I just said.
Nose up that is pretty good though.
It is pretty good.
I mean, I'd try, I guess. I don't know.
Anywho, should we talk about, this is my 5th time saying anywho to talk about the game.
Wait, Sam. I think we should
5
talk
more
about
minutes to do. But are we good to talk about Kiseki now?
Yes.
Cool. Last chance to interrupt me before I say it. Let's listen to some Kiseki music, and then we'll talk about the intermission. Last time, the gang broke into a big black market auction, and they stole what they thought was going to be a fancy robot doll or a bomb, and turned out to be a whole-ass human child named Kia with a capital A.
And a capital K.
True. This week, in a special intermission chapter, the gang attempts to find Kia's family, is basically what goes on. So they're keeping Kia with them at the Triple S to see what the 2 warring mafias are going to do in retaliation to them breaking into their secret stuff. But they turn out to call a truce on it so that they could claim ignorance and say that they were being framed by. So they really thought it was going to be a doll, and it was must have been swapped with a child to try and frame us, instead of bringing up and insisting that the Triple S didn't have a warrant and shouldn't have been there, and all of the other things that had to do with that, because then that would kind of be admitting to human trafficking, which is a pretty big no-no. So it all kind of just resolved, but it took like 3 or 4 weeks of everyone just like seeing what was going to happen before it became obvious that nothing really was going to happen. So during all of that, the Triple S has been trying to figure out where Kia came from, see if they can get her back with her family, but she doesn't remember anything. And going through their normal channels, there's no like missing persons reports that she matches. They can't find anything about her whatsoever. So they decide to turn to the Bracer Guild to see if the Bracers can find anything through their channels. So we go over to see Joshua and Estelle, and Estelle, of course, is obsessed with Kia because Estelle is a big sister at heart, and every little girl is her little sister. And Estelle's like, well, while we try and find stuff out for you, you could stay here at the Bracer Guild, and we could protect you. And Kia's like, where would the Triple S stay? Like, there's not enough rooms for everybody. And Estelle's like, no, it would just be you. She was like, fuck no. I'm staying with Lloyd. I'm staying with the Triple S. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, you stay with them. That's fine. Michelle recommends that the Triple S go to the church because if she is having trauma caused amnesia, where she's not wanting to remember something bad that happened, they can use thaumaturgy. Michelle doesn't use that word. We only know that word because we played as Super Pope last game, but use thaumaturgy to try and get her memory back.
This whole time they're like, maybe her brain is blocking off some memories and we need to get them back. And part of me is like, if her brain is blocking off memories, maybe there's a reason for it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, they don't really know, so they decide to go and ask a professional, being the church. So we head over to the church, and we run into Sister Marble, who says, oh, hey, there's some people who are super popes that you totally might know from playing a previous game about them, and they taught me how to do some thaumaturgy, so I'm going to use it to try and get her Kia's memory back. But the only thing that Kia can remember through this is being in a dark room with a bright light far above her, and that's it. No other memories, nothing else. And so Marble is like, well, maybe what's going on with Kia is a problem in her body, like it's a physical trauma and not a spirit-related one. So you should go talk to a doctor and see what the doctor can figure out. So they head on over to St. Ursula to see if her amnesia is something that the psych ward can treat. On the way there, they meet Cecile, and there is a quote-unquote funny scene where Cecile thinks that 18-year-old Lloyd has a 13-year-old daughter. But, yeah. Eventually, we get up to see Joaquin, the fisherman doctor from before. He examines Kia, but he can't tell if it's, like, a trauma-related thing or a drug-related thing, and he says he wants to keep her there for a few days and run some tests on her to see if it's something that he can treat. But she says, fuck you. Lloyd, why are you trying to get rid of me? You've taken me to 3 places now, and each of these places have said that I have to leave Lloyd. I don't want to do this. Like, why don't you love me, basically? And she runs off. But when she does run off, she runs into the blind girl, Shizuku, who they bond over, like,
nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. They just both have afflictions.
They're just both children.
Yeah, children going through some shit, and therefore they bond. And
sometimes you just hit it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also run into the Crossbelly and Cassius, whatever that bracer's name is. I didn't write it down in my notes. Arios or something?
I think so. Arios like McLean is his name.
Cool. But yeah, we run into him, but he basically just says the Bracer Guild looked into it and they couldn't find anything yet, and then says some stuff about Shizuku that when we get to Kiseki 12 and Shizuku reveals herself to be the main bad guy, it probably would have been important for me to include it in these notes right now, but I didn't. So after that, we see at the Ravache building, we see Garcia and Marconi. Garcia is the big Chongus that we fought last time, and Marconi is kind of the main mob boss. they're arguing over what happened at the auction and the response to Hey You. Since then, they mention how like Yin was involved, and they're trying to figure out things. And then Marconi is like, we need to use what that person gave us.
Whoa.
So that we can.
Oh, that's a bit that we do, but you really came in hot that time.
Oh, really? I didn't even increase my volume. I just leaned like literally 1 inch closer. That's crazy.
Oh wow!
Yes.
It sounded bad.
Okay, I'll do it again. So Marconi says that person should. Nope, that's not it. Damn it! See, God damn it. So Marconi says that they should use what that person gave them so they can turn the tide. But Garcia's like, the risk is too great. Let's not do it. We'll just wait this out and see how it goes. But Marconi is like, wah, 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 I'm the boss. You're just hot. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. And thus ends the intermission, which is very, very short.
Wait, is that seriously it?
That was 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it took a while because they talk a lot.
Yeah, I even felt like I had added in like extra stuff. There's a whole lot of side quests I found out after the fact because the computer is broke down. So I'm like, oh, this is just a little intermission. They didn't want side quests. No, there's like 12 side quests in this chapter. They're just all the hidden type where you have to be at the right place at the right time to activate the side quest. And I did not find any of those. So I don't have anything to talk about there.
Okay, I did the side quests. Let me look up the list of side quests so I can see if I can remember anything interesting. Play the music while I look it up. I say as though I'm not the person who plays the music. Okay. There is monster extermination, which is sort of interesting because you only have one person in your party because you're going to from point A to point B. You're taking Kia with you, and you choose one person to accompany you, and you can get distracted and go to the police department for no reason and accept a request to do a monster extermination. And it's interesting because you only have that one person in your party, and also Kia's there. Mm-hmm. And so you have to protect Kia, but also Kia like gives you buffs.
That's dope.
Then there is a treat for the mayor, which is this really silly side quest where you have to get the mayor a gross tomato shake because it's his favorite drink, and you get an extra one, and Lloyd tries it and he's like, oh, this is disgusting, and Kia tries it and she's like, oh, it's a little weird but it's really good. And it's very drawn out. And then there is you remember in Sky 1 or Sky 2, I forget which.
It was the beginning of Sky 2, I think.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I pulled it up the list.
Okay. There is a thing where you have to teach Sunday school, and it's a quiz on your knowledge of the lore, the way the world works. That happens again. You're mainly talking about the police, though, because this Sunday school lesson is about the police. And that's it.
Cool. It is an additional couple of minutes.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, this is a short episode. It's mostly just checking it in on us. But with it being my birthday weekend, I didn't want to play a big chongus of a chapter to try and get ready for tonight. So it's all my fault. But
I mean, I also didn't want to try and get through chapter 4.
Yeah,
because I thought we were just covering Intermission, and then it was like, oh, we might be doing chapter 4, and I was like, what?
Yeah, probably should have, but well. Next week we will be covering chapter 4, and then after that is chapter 5. Then after that is the finale, and then after that is Trails to Azure. Shout outs again to NIS for sending a copy over for us. It's the only second time in history that the person who... Oh, no, it's third time, because we got Boots Quest as a review copy as well.
Yes.
So we have...
And we missed Boots Quest's release as well.
We did. We are really good at meeting embargoes.
I want to issue a correction. Famous RPG Book Club bit where Sam is wrong.
Always.
Chapter 5 is the finale.
Chapter 5 is the finale? I thought it was chapter 5 and then the finale. I was just going off of my memory. I didn't actually have it open.
I've now checked 2 walkthroughs and they both agree. Yep. Final chapter is chapter 5.
Cool. So then, we'll do chapter 4 next week and then chapter 5, the finale, the week after. And then dive right in. There are a couple of expanded universe things that will that happen in between that we were originally going to do here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to just keep going through, and we'll save those expanded universe things to be a palate cleanser before we dive into the third dimension. But I think that'll do it for this really short episode. This series is a timed exclusive for our Ko-Fi supporters. If you're hearing this in the podcast feed, head on over to www.rpgbook.club, where there will be a few extra episodes waiting on you when you donate. I know at this point there will be 2 because I haven't posted 2 episodes to the Ko-Fi. We now have membership tiers, so if you donate $1 more a month, you'll get the Gadabout tier, which gets you access to these episodes a month before everyone else does. But also will let you vote on our polls. We currently have a poll active for Bernard's Auto-RPGs. That's closing in 2 or 3 weeks to decide what we're doing next. So if you really want us to play Paper Mario, now's the time to get your voice heard, because right now Skies of Arcadia continues to have a lead. But if you
a bit of a lead,
a bit of a unanimous lead, if you up your donation to $5 or more a month is our Warrior tier, where we shout out your name every episode like this. Shout outs to Floris, Kaldron, Freddie Rodriguez, Bernie L. Taylor, AA Ron 524, Anthony Lerma, Vim K, JFro Prime, and Doho. And then for our $20 a month tier, if you really, really like us, you can be a luminary, where we will not only say your name, but we will also give you a 1-sentence shout out of your choosing. Our first luminary is Eliza Tantavi, and they want you these days to look out for the TTRPGs for Trans Rights in Florida bundle on Itch.io. You can find the link in the description. I'll send it over to Bernard to put in that description, and I'll also put it on the Ko-Fi. And for the next 25 or so days, it's a bundle. It's raising funds for trans rights in Florida, which is really cool. Our other luminary is Carr, who does not have a Twitch stream, but he is a dentist, so his shout out is for your mouth. And he says to brush your teeth twice a day, most importantly the one right before you go to bed. For for Book Club no Kiseki, I have been Sam Allman.
I'm David Bernard Hauk,
and I've been talking about board games. Yeah.
Adios, amigos.